we're going to call this party to order.
Little chatty group up
We're
there.
a little chatty Cathy's tonight. Okay. So welcome, Monday, October 27th. The board meeting for EVIT has begun. I don't know if I need to say any of that, but it just feels super official and right tonight. So welcome, everybody. And we're going to have Pledge of Allegiance by Dr. Metcalf. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Welcome. All right, minutes. We're on item 3A, minutes. If I could have a motion, please.
Madam President, move the approval of the minutes.
I second the motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Any discussion?
You have a second?
Yes.
Okay.
No discussion. Please call the vote by acclamation.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Please call to the public.
I do not believe we have any, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll move on to item 5, consent agenda. That is items A through E. Do I have a motion?
Madam President, move the approval of items 5A through E on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussions over any of these items? Okay, please call the vote.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6, personnel. We have an A and a B.
Madam President, move the approval of both items 6A and B of the agenda.
Madam President, I make a second on items 6A and B.
Thank you. Any discussion on personnel? Please call the vote.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, we are on item, I believe, 7. We went so fast I can barely keep up. Information and discussion, A and B. Let's do A first, 7A. Is there a motion? Actually, just, sorry, my bad. We're going so fast, I am
Yeah,
tripping
you're just
over
like,
myself.
whoa.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Dr. Wilson.
Madam President, members of the governing board, for items A and B, I'm actually going to defer to our legal counsel.
Okay,
That's very nice of you, Dr. Wilson.
Considering I don't know what they are.
Madam President, the policy revision is just to define the workloads for associate degree instructors. It doesn't actually change what we're currently doing. It just puts it into writing to satisfy one of the requirements of one of our accreditors.
Okay. It's first read.
That was the first read, so that's all you have to know about that one. The second one, new and revised policies regarding the Auditor General's report. Since the audit started, I think we've done 46 policy revisions, but only 8 of them relate to the audit. One of them was the management of the capital reserve. And actually, they're not happy with the way we revised it. We implemented it, and now they would like us to revise it again. There's transportation services for business and personal travel. We revised incidental meal costs, donations of perishable food. We added to our staff orientation and training some cybersecurity training. We had to change our policy on tuition and fee refunds and student and automobile parking. And I think there's a couple more coming down the road, but we have to go through the report one more time just to nail those down. We'll come back to you with those in the future.
okay. So are we on the home stretch in terms of getting all of them?
Yes, we
For
are.
this part, okay.
And if I may, what was the concern with the capital reserve?
We didn't put a number in.
Madam President, members of the governing board, one of the things I'd like to when we started the audit, there was a lot of angst, and rightfully so, because it's a process that's not a very enjoyable process to go through. I'm not going to fib about that. When you get on the backside of it, though, and you look at the artifacts of what some of the recommendations were, and it's our belief that many of the recommendations that the Auditor General had provided us are actual recommendations that will help us do better in our organization. So you're seeing some of those revisions in the policy, and you'll see some more of them, but also a lot of just the way we're operationalizing the organization is rooted in some of those recommendations from the Auditor General as well. So as much as it's not an enjoyable process to go through, I think the fruit of that labor will actually be with us for years to come.
Definitely. I'm glad we're reviewing our policies, and thank you for the detail. I think it's really important. Okay, any other discussion or questions on policy? All right, okay, action item number 8, policy revision. This is a second read, so we will be voting on this.
Also moved, we do policy revision.
Madam President, I second item 8A.
Okay, any discussion, because there are multiple policies here?
I need to take a test on them.
Okay, please call the vote by acclamation.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Can we've approved it, and just informational. Dr. Wilson, the sick leave, I understand the sick leave limit on the days before and after. I assume that emergency circumstances would include situations where somebody is really sick. And I mean, this is not to get an extra day to spend on your vacation, that somebody's calls in and, is barfing their guts. That would.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And not only with the sick days, but also with some of the vacation time too as well. And that part of the reason of having that all funnel through one individual is so there can be some of that grace that's given, but it's a consistent measuring stick, not one that is defined by individuals. And so, yes, ideally, we would have situations where individuals that, for valid reasons, need to either be out sick or have a vacation that is really a life experience vacation for them and their family, that it warrants them not being here, but we just can't have everybody doing that.
Right, okay.
It also come, like, we've had these rain delays and stuff like that, and they can't get back in time, so.
There's going to be lots of different reasons. It's just what we're finding is that sometimes when so many different individuals are responsible for making that approval, there's not the consistency in the approval.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
I was all in favor, I wanted to make sure I understood.
Thank you. Okay, item 9, call for executive session.
Madam President, move we go in executive session.
I'll second it.
Please call the vote.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. me get back on and then I'll. Okay, is everybody's ready? Don't want Tammy mad. Microphone's on. Okay, so we are back in session, 7:05 PM. We are on item 10, action item 10A.
Madam President, I have some motions.
Yes, please.
My first motion, I move to reject the offer, revoke all prior offers EVIT made to the 9 member districts to delegate authority to the district's council, Pierce Coleman, to accept service of a complaint if the 9 member districts or any subset of the 9 member districts files a complaint for declaratory relief against EVIT, and authorizing Pierce Coleman to respond to that complaint and to defend EVIT's interest.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Motion 1, 10A, or whatever it is.
okay. Please call the vote by roll call.
Good idea.
Mr. Lane.
Aye.
Mr. Hobson.
Aye.
Mr. Covington.
Aye.
Mr. Boyle votes aye. Mr. Hancock.
Aye.
Mr. Hunt.
Aye.
Dr. Metcalf.
Aye.
Mr. Watkins.
Aye.
President McAfee.
Aye,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Motion 10B.
10, the second motion.
Many more?
Madam President, I have a second motion.
Yes,
I move to authorize district's council to file counterclaims if the 9 member districts or any subset of the 9 member districts files a complaint for declaratory relief against EVIT.
I'll second that.
thank
Be
you.
10B, I believe,
Okay,
or
10,
for 10.
please call the vote by acclamation. Sorry, by roll call.
Mr. Lane.
Aye.
Mr. Hobson.
Aye.
Mr. Covington.
Aye.
Mr. Boyle votes aye. Mr. Hancock.
Aye.
Mr. Hunt.
Aye.
Dr. Metcalf.
Aye.
Mr. Watkins.
Aye.
President McAfee.
Aye,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Third motion for 10.
Madam President, I have a third motion.
Yes, please.
I move that for fiscal year 2002-06, we permit the 9 member districts currently without an IGA to spend monies in their 596 funds to fund current approved EVIT satellite programs.
I'll second that.
Okay, please call the vote by roll call.
Mr. Lane.
Aye.
Mr. Hobson.
Aye.
Mr. Covington.
Aye.
Mr. Boyle votes aye. Mr. Hancock.
Aye.
Mr. Hunt.
Aye.
Dr. Metcalf.
Aye.
Mr. Watkins.
Aye.
President McAfee.
Aye,
Motion carries.
thank you. Is there any discussion on these motions, now that we have voted on these? Because if not, I would like to just make a statement that I think EVIT, we've been consistent on putting our students first, and we've shown that, and I believe we've given 4 IGAs, is that what we've given to these sending districts? And they've been extremely fair, far more competitive than any other CTED in the state, correct? We offer more money. I think that these other districts, especially some of the smaller districts who we know are losing and hemorrhaging students, it's really in their best interest to have parents and board members really talk to their lawyers, and really look at the future of what they're going down in this path. I know that as a board member, my main goal is to make sure that we have really good CTE programs. We fund it properly. We have great teachers, and we've been consistent with that. And I really wish these sending districts kind of would meet us and do what's right by their kids. And I think we've been more than generous in terms of agreeing that they can use their 596 funds. What are we talking about? 60 million, 59 million?
$60 million.
They're sitting on a ton of
money
money.
that they're holding.
They're holding money. They should be able to fund those CTE programs with anything that those teachers need, and to really do right by these kids. So anyone else have any other comments? Please share.
Madam President, I join your remarks.
Okay, well,
I can hop in.
go for it.
One of the things that I think we've been consistent on in our conversations is the importance of high-quality CT programs at central campuses, at satellite campuses, that lead to strong student outcomes that support workforce development, and that we do so in a way that is fiscally responsible and that meets our statutory obligations. And I think that whatever, however this process plays out, I am hopeful that we can still resolve any outstanding issues in a way that maintains those two sort of North Stars that we have, which are strong student outcomes and fiscal and statutory stewardship.
Yeah, Madam President, one further remark by me as well. I would hope that, I just suggest to the administration that even though we're contemplating the probability, likelihood of some litigation, that the administration continues to reach out to the member districts. We have negotiated successfully with Scottsdale and Mesa. And at any time, I would hope that some board member in one of the 9 member districts might wake up and say, wow, what a waste of money. Let's negotiate with EVIT. So I would hope that we continue to reach out, and I would commend the administration that we continue to reach out to member districts in the hopes that some of them might come around.
Mr. Hobson, one of the things that we've said repeatedly is that there are uniquely different needs within each one of our member districts. The challenges that District A faces is very different than challenges that District B faces. There's some commonalities, but there's also some very unique differences. And this idea that we would have an IGA that just blanket services everybody the same way, in my opinion, is a disservice to the district. But it's also a disservice to CTE, because the idea is that CTE can be generically given to every single district and have quality outcomes. That is not realistic. What's realistic is to say, can we work with you as individual districts and cater an IGA that doesn't give any preferential treatment over other, but cater an IGA that specifically meets the needs your district has to help us further the outcomes of our CTE programs. And we're willing and hopeful that we can have those conversations with some of our districts that have yet to sign IGAs, because we do fundamentally believe that if we can sit down and talk about the unique differences, there can be solutions crafted that actually are in the best interest of that local community, not necessarily the whole East Valley, that local community, and that's what matters more.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Dr.
Yeah, you
Wilson.
make such a good point. Those smaller districts like Fountain Hills and Cave Creek, Apache Junction and Higley, they're not sitting on those huge war chests, if you want to call it a slush fund, you can call it, that Tempe is. And they're going to run through that money quickly. And they have serious problems that they need to look at. And I really hope some of these board members or some parents who are really concerned can really kind of urge their leadership to come to the table and meet us. I know I've reached out personally to most of the boards and board members, and we are still willing to negotiate. And I think that also is a testament of our good faith effort that we want to do right by the people and the students of the East Valley. And we really just want to do what we do well, which is teach kids CTE. It's just, this shouldn't be the problem that it is. So, okay, enough of that, unless anyone else wants to pipe up. Okay, staff reports.
Madam President, members of the governing board, just a couple of quick reports. I believe you all were invited, and some of you have confirmed attendance at next week's foundation breakfast. If you replied that you weren't able to attend or you missed the invitation, please let us know there's still room at that breakfast. It's a unique opportunity for us to be able to celebrate the work that the foundation does in raising funds to help offset the cost of some of the fees our students have. I think the foundation this year is committed to awarding close to $800,000 in scholarships. And 4 years ago, that number was $150,000. And so as we've grown, so have they. And it's really a testament to the work they're doing. So if you have the opportunity, please join us. If you said you can't, but you can, please let Tammy know, and she'll get you on the table. I believe next Monday, several of you are going to the East Valley School Board Consortium meeting. That's at Apache Junction. I believe it's 6 o'clock. I believe there's 4 of you that are planning on going. Mr. Boyle and I are doing a presentation at the City Council of Scottsdale on Monday night, so that'll be a great opportunity for us to further our conversation about the good work that EVIT's doing with, across the CTED. Last but not least, we know that November gets busy, and I believe that at some point we may want to adjust our meeting calendar. Did we decide that or not? Or are we okay? In November?
We just have the one.
Just one in December?
One in November 17th.
Okay.
With
Was there a
the
problem
dinner,
with that?
and December
Oh, no,
1st
okay.
is the Monday after Thanksgiving, if
Oh,
that's
so
necessary.
we may
or not.
come back to a December discussion, but outside of that, this second quarter goes extremely fast. Extremely fast. Last thing, I appreciate the opportunity that you guys, I know being a governing board member is not an easy thing in many cases, and some of the stuff that you've been working through and will continue to work through are areas that many governing boards never have the opportunity to work through, and so I appreciate your due diligence in consistently and constantly making decisions that are in the best interest of our students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have kind of gone over our closing items, our agenda. Next meeting is November 17th, so 3 weeks, a little bit of a gap there. And then we have an adjournment.
So move.
Excellent.
I second.
Please call a vote by acclamation.
All of those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
You are a funny guy.
Thank you, good night.
That's all you have to do.